Is SpongeBob SquarePants a socialist? Is Patrick Star a member of the Illuminati? Does Sandy Cheeks have a drug problem?
Whoa, I think that one's a bit of a reach.
I agree. So don't worry, the SpongePod won't ever get that extreme. Although looking at the Google Docs so far, I will say that we do get quite ridiculous.
Yes, I think ridiculous is the name of the game here.
Yeah, one could say ridiculousness is our friendship. Although I don't necessarily want to say ridiculousness because I don't want that Robert Dietrich or whatever this guy from MTV. What was that guy's name?
I think it was like Robert Deerdeck, perhaps.
Yeah. What's he doing nowadays? I mean,
skateboarding. I don't know.
Skateboarding, shredding it up. Anyway, I don't want him to sue us because I don't want to get sued by a crappy show from MTV. Shots fired. Shots fired. Anyway, welcome to the SpongePod, the official podcast of SpongeBob SquarePants, where we overanalyze every episode and get down to the bikini bottom of your fan theories. I'm your host and in-house SpongeBob expert, Eric. Are you ready, Tim?
I am. I'm ready to, do.
Hold on. Sorry. I can't hear you for some reason. You might have to plug that in. I'm not sure if you're fully plugged in.
Let me get.
Okay.
Yep.
You good?
Okay. I'm plugged in.
All right. Can you give me an aye, Captain?
Aye, Captain.
Oh, yep. I can hear you.
Great. And my name is Tim Grimes, and I'm going to be a resident fan theory expert.
Okay, so what is a resident fan theory expert? Are you just like searching Reddit? Where are you finding most of your material?
There are going to be a lot of different options, places to find. Primarily, it's just going to be Google.
Okay, so fake news type stuff.
I'm not really great at coming off the brain with it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. I've read some really good ones that I'm excited about.
Good. So what type of fan theories might we dive into?
Yeah, so there's this one where all the characters in SpongeBob represent all 7 of the 7 deadly sins.
Oh wow! And I read something on here that Bikini Bottom was the result of a nuclear war. That sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get into that. We're also going to talk about how SpongeBob is actually like a representation of a tampon.
Yeah. I mean, we can dive into that, but I don't really want to get too deep into that fan theory, too heavy, so to speak, into that theory. I don't know that it really relates. I don't know that we want to do tampon talk on the SpongePod.
That's fair. It's just
I don't even see the relevance. Like, how does it make any sense? Like,
absorbent,
okay,
yellow. I don't know. He lives in Bikini Bottom.
Okay.
There are some signs.
Okay, there's a little bit of validity. Well, anyway, I wanted to move on to the next topic with a great segue. I wanted to first do an introduction into who Tim and I are. My name is Eric. I live in Indianapolis. I do some amateur comedy in the area. I studied film in college. I like a lot of film, and I grew up watching SpongeBob. My sister and I, shout out to Shelby. My sister and I used to watch Nickelodeon all the time. We watched the Rugrats. We watched Hey Arnold. And I remember we actually had a specific dance. It was like I don't even understand it. It was like a pep dance. We were just excited for the Rugrats. That's how passionate we were about our cartoons. And I remember exactly when SpongeBob was coming out. I was a kid, and it was like the first show that I was like really excited and anticipating the release for. As many people might anticipate the release of like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones nowadays, like Shelby and I were on pins and needles, like waiting for SpongeBob. And SpongeBob really delivered. It really did. And I think, as a like I said, an amateur comedian and as a fellow enjoyer of the arts, I really have to say that as a millennial, I hate that word, but millennial, I think that our our humor has really grown from SpongeBob. Like I think SpongeBob kind of infiltrated those early goofy days of our life and kind of allowed to give us a bit of happiness in the midst of that. And so I really enjoy SpongeBob. I've seen a lot of the episodes. I know a lot about the characters, and I've really studied a lot, especially for this podcast. So if you have any great questions, send them our way via our Twitter account, the SpongePod. Send us your questions, and we'll do our best to get down to the bikini bottom of it. Tim, what is your bio? I mean, how can we describe you?
Well, my name is Tim Grimes, as you said earlier. I also live in the Indianapolis area. I am
what a coinkydink.
What a coincidence. It's not it might even be the reason we're friends. But I was a journalist person, and now I am a teacher. And now, as we've decided, that I am the first mate of this ship that we're rolling with right now.
The job promotions just keep going higher, right? You were first a measly journalist. Now you were a measly teacher, and now you're the first mate of the SpongePod. Congrats, man!
Yeah, I think I'm really going places. You know,
you are. I'm really proud of you.
When I was talking to my family, I was like, guys, guess what? This opportunity I just got. I get to be.
Did you already update your LinkedIn?
Yes, my LinkedIn is just all updated.
Good.
I don't know where I was going.
Well, anyway,
my profile picture is.
What is your interest in SpongeBob?
So I definitely have a different coming at SpongeBob differently than Eric. I think, like a lot of people, you just kind of discover it one day. SpongeBob has that great quality where it's like always on. It's always on somewhere, and so. Just able to catch it and laugh. And, I think I like to fancy myself like kind of like a smart comedy nerd, like, watch like Arrested Development and like I forgot the name of that show, Flight of the Conchords, because I have a Flight of the Conchords DVD right here. So kind of that smart, like more subtle humor. And so it's easy to like write SpongeBob off.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny. And I just keep like coming back. You always come back to SpongeBob because it's like, it's simplistic in a way, but it's always like,
you do
like literally laugh out loud, rolling on the floor funny.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned funny, because I am now going to play for you one of the segments of one of our first few episodes that is sure to leave you rolling on the ground in laughter. Check it out. I don't really know. I don't know what to make of it, because on one side, do you think the pineapple is really living? I mean, is that would a pineapple, have its feelings hurt by having a sponge living in his belly?
Right. So that has two kind of sides to it, I think. So obviously SpongeBob has like made his home in this pineapple. There's all the rooms. Him and Gary live there like every day. There's even the windows.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's hollowed out. And so you think, oh, well, this thing is dead. But if you look at it, first off, it looks like a fairly healthy pineapple. Yeah. And then second off, if you look at the top part, there's like kind of this sprout that comes out, and it's green, and it kind of looks like maybe the pineapple like just came off the tree. And so I think it's really either or.
Wow. The amount of depth and hard-hitting analysis is staggering. You guys better subscribe to the SpongePod before CNN and ESPN scoop us up to do the actual news.
I don't know. I don't know if we're really in any danger of CNN.
I think we're in danger. I mean, they're at least listening. We're definitely in danger because they're at least listening, because this is copyright. I mean, SpongeBob is copyright. So we're going to get a cease and desist letter. I didn't do enough work on this SpongeBob to like really merit us doing this, if that makes sense.
I do think through some weird wacky law, like CNN and the company that owns CNN and the company that owns SpongeBob, I think, are actually the same company.
Oh, they have to be.
They have to be.
Yeah, isn't that? Yeah. Anyway, it's like Amazon or Russia or something. It's something big. Yeah.
Viacom.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to copyright material. Here is another clip of the first few episodes from the SpongePod.
To bring it around town. Bring it around town.
He's killing it.
And then you do this and this and that and that and this and that and this and that and then.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Tim. Eric.
It's a real bummer that this is not a visual podcast, and this is just audio, because you just blew an Empire State Building. Wow, Tim.
Yes, it is my masterpiece. I'm glad that you were able to recognize it as the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Wowza, that clip sure was swell as well.
Yeah, swell as well. That could be the tagline of this episode. Mm-hmm. Swell as well. Come and listen to the SpongePod.
It's got that.
You just came up with that.
It's got that double.
That's good.
It's got that double meaning. Yeah. Where swell is like an ocean swell.
Oh,
and also
wow.
like...
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That's why you're our first mate.
That's why I'm the first mate.
Because you come up with great meanings for random sentences that you just said out of nowhere. There you go.
Exactly.
Hopefully we analyze our senses as well as we analyze SpongeBob.
Yes, agreed.
Let's just hope.
Agreed.
All right. So anyway, please subscribe. You want to make sure you enjoy the show the day it comes out. We're posting our first episode on the first day of 2018. That's January 1. It'll be a Monday, and it'll come out every Monday afterwards. Again, follow us on Twitter. We also have a Facebook profile that this will be posted to. So like us on Facebook. We'll try to come up with some good SpongeBob jokes every now and then. And you can post your questions to us, and we can try to figure out what you're saying and what we need to interpret for you. But yeah, coming out the first day of January will be our New Year's Day gift to you guys.
Do you normally give out New Year's Day gifts?
I don't normally, but I think this is a good. I think it's a good gift for 2018 because. I think watching SpongeBob is going to do better for all of us. It's going to do better for our health. We always set these expectations like I'm going to lose 80 pounds. I said that last year. I'm going to lose 80 pounds or I'm going to, diet or whatever. And instead, how about you set the resolution that you're going to listen to the SpongePod and you're going to watch SpongeBob? Because here's the thing. The other shows out there, there's a ton of them and they're all so long. It's hard to keep up with, especially if you have kids or if you, are busy at all. Not just sitting around doing nothing. You could just watch this, watch SpongeBob and listen to the SpongePod. I did that with so many other shows like, Psych and actually Psych. That would be a really good show to do a podcast after.
Oh yeah. I've actually already seen all of the episodes and own 2 seasons on DVD.
So you would actually be the expert of this Psych podcast and I would be the co-detective, I guess. Anyway,
yes, co-detective.
Let's plan our Psych podcast not during the teaser of the SpongeBob episode or SpongeBob podcast. We'll get back to you later. We'll see you on New Year's Day. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I don't know. Peace out, I guess.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah, we got to work on that outro. I don't know, man.
Yeah, peace out is so-so.
Yeah, honestly, we got a lot of work to do.